But what I want to talk about is legacy. Something transmitted by or received from an ancestor. I just got to thinking about the legacy. Mom gone, and what did she leave? And who was she? The things that made us who we are now. My mom was always strong. We spent most of our lives as with off and on, but a lot of time independent. She was just independent. So, the struggle, like a lot of people been through the struggle, a lot of people know the struggles, and I would say for us, we seen all of that. We had eating a butter sandwich off a kerosene heater. Me and my sister, we definitely experienced that together. We stayed in the house with a wood stove and a bucket, for your, but through all of that, man, and all that stuff, like not having, she still had a lot of determination of not going to everybody to get something from. So that's probably a lot of y'all who know me today, you probably never see me doing that. And even in this time right now, of where I put her in the ground, I'm not that type still. It is what it is. And I trust God a lot, which was one of her things too, that she had passed into us. So I don't, that's one of her big peeves, was she didn't try to teach us to beg everybody for something. And I think that we got that too. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes that's not good. Sometimes, I'm not saying begging is good all the time, but I'm talking about sometimes not good if somebody's genuinely there that can help you. Is not good, because you don't want to turn down what God might gave you from somebody else. But she was strong as far as what she was teaching us. Because when I look at the world today, I see a lot of soft people. It's people older than me that are soft. To what I think as far as getting out and doing the things that you should do. I watched her do these things with 6 of us. Not saying we was all raised the best, but I seen her do it with 6 of us, and we didn't get no welfare, and so we went and didn't have things that everybody else had, but the determination of her working hard made us work hard. Especially, like I said, for myself, being the last one, and me and Toy always were with her. There's nothing against none of the rest of my siblings. Definitely they was there too. They seen it, but me and Toy had to be everywhere with her. So with us being in that, a lot of times things that we didn't have or whatever, we had to experience that, and but we learned from her determination that we could do it too. I tell people, one of the big things I always did with Mom was, when I got older, I ain't never go back. I figured she gave me enough to not come back to her. And I didn't want to come back to her, because I think she instilled that into me, like, you can come back if you need me, but you can be strong enough that you can do this, that type of thing. And I just didn't want to be a burden to people, and I think that was part of her too, sometimes not wanting to be a burden on everybody. So that's why you went without. But I say the strong parts of that, like I said, not wanting to beg everybody for everything, getting out, getting your own, because you see this world is messed up. Everybody, sometimes you can learn from people and things like that. Half these things that we see going on, look at half these people nowadays who get checks. They probably don't even deserve a check. Probably don't, but they learned to lean on somebody or cheat the system. We was broke, but I'm a rich man. The moral structure. Mom had a real heavy moral structure for us. real heavy moral structure. You just couldn't do nothing every time, just like everybody else did. Had friends, they could go do something. Someone might have stole something, took something from somebody, and you hear their structure at home. Sometimes it's cool, you know what I mean? They could get away with it. Oh yeah, that person deserved it. They lost it. They shouldn't have gave. She wasn't like that. If you took something that wasn't yours, oh my goodness, what? You'll get it from her and you taking it, and she gonna take it back. You know, you just couldn't do stuff like that with her. I mean, remember one time, man, I was a little kid, thought I ain't had many toys. You know what I mean? So we went in, I think Woolworth when it was open in Seaford. And it was a little green army man, them little 100 green army men or 50 green army men, whatever, just come in a little pack. So I was like, man, one of them was out the pack. I picked it up. And I was ready to go out the store with it. But she looked at my hand, seen that thing, and told me, no, you don't do that. And, you know, being taught that from a young age made me not wanting to steal nothing from nobody. I'm telling you, these things, people don't believe, but sometimes these things, they right there, man. They play back in you when you're taught that. So it comes back to you. And it's in you so much that that person puts it in you that you just learn that these are things you don't do. So what happened when we would get older, you know, especially me and Toy, if we was around somebody's house or grandma's or something like that, and we found money in the, you know what I mean? Sometimes we found money outside. Money outside. I mean, money that's in the house, we done found. We say, oh, yeah, here we bring it back to them. Money outside we found and bring it back to them. And say, hey, grandma, we found this outside. A lot of them wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? And I'm, like I said, not trying to toot no horns, but man, this woman had morals, man, that she made us have to come up with, so you just didn't do those things. You know, her moral fiber was real strong. It was real good, man. And that's a legacy, man, in his own self. You know, that you just got to do things the right way sometimes, man. You just got to try to do these things right. And it comes back to you. And I look at it today, like, with God inside of that, I see it, man. I mean, all that stuff, man, y'all don't even believe it, man. I mean, half the favor that I get, you know what I mean, that for situations that I just might pop up and I get favor in them, man, and get blessed out of the situation. But it's just sometimes, man, it's just what you've been taught, man, what you instilled into somebody. I mean, I had a man tell me one time he had to give me his bank card and stuff, and he said, I don't do this for nobody. You know, he had to give me his bank card to buy some stuff for him one time, and he didn't know how to do it. He said, but I don't do this, man, for everybody. He said, but I know you won't do that to me. You know, that's just knowing, man, the moral structure of a person shines. You know, that's stuff that she made last in us. That's a legacy in itself. I got my job. When I got my job, I never forget the man telling me, he said, I told him I don't know nothing about what you're doing. He said, I don't need you to know all of that. He said, I can trust you. That's the fiber, man. Mom had a moral structure in her, man, that she gave us. And that's lasting forever, man. The character of when somebody know that you're not a liar, you know what I mean, or you're not this, it must be, oh, these big liars and this, that, and people know you, man. They know you. Like I can smell it, you know what I mean, almost. Somebody can start telling me a bunch of stuff, man. I mean, maybe that's the gift of God too. I ain't gonna say it, but a lot of times I can see right through that stuff sometimes, like, yeah. But not wanting to lie to people and stuff, man, it's just the moral structure, man, that was put inside of you, that you had. Because I remember times when she told me, you better tell me the truth. You know what I mean? And you learned that, you know what I mean? Like, dang. And even though you seen other people do it different, you knew. Like, even I remember friends said, you can't do this, man. Your mama will get you. You know what I mean? Because she was serious about those real things that today, people need them. And they so disrespectful. You know what I mean? They have that lack of respect for all their elders and the people around them, and people know that we don't carry that in us. We don't carry that disrespect like that. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying that won't check you, you know, but the disrespect for people just how blatantly they are, we don't carry that, man. I mean, that's something that was instilled, man, that she gave us, you know. Thank God to whoever she got it, where she got it. One of her main things she could do, she could put things together. Mom was good at organizing, you know, people. She could be a boss when she wanted to be, as far as with people with different attitudes and stuff. She could multitask and handle them most of the time. I always seen people that she would know that don't like each other, that's might be feuding with each other, but she could make them still all come together and get this barbecue or gathering done, you know. And that's some missing parts that we miss now in the family. You know, I think that's a great thing that she could do, and that it should keep going, but who will pick it up? Her being a bridge to get people to come together. Could we finally do what she could do? Stop all the bickering in this, or get the people, even if they are bickering, to learn to come together, you know, to get the mission accomplished, you know. So, you know, that's part of my things, man, is just looking at some of the qualities, man, that she possessed, and being able to do things like that, man. We see it now in our family. We have a lack of it. I think God did want to start some stuff with me, you know, to keep things going. And I did do a few things for a while, you know, but at the same time, I don't know, is it supposed to be me to keep doing these things or something like that, or are others supposed to pick up and carry it on, you know, because it is a legacy, you know, part of her legacy. And she had a toughness about her. I think because we was most of the time fatherless, or lack of that man around, she wanted us to be strong, you know, not fighting each other, but she will always tell you quick. I mean, she was straight out. I mean, she would battle you now. That's straight up. Everybody know her. She would fight, you know, if she had to. Stab you behind too if she had to. But she used to always have us tell us not fight each other, you know, because me and Tori, sometimes we get fighting or whatever. And she'd be like, I bet I'd never catch y'all fighting. So, y'all better not fight these niggas in the streets. That was how she said it. You know, if you gonna fight somebody, you better not be fighting each other. You know, so it was like, man, that's just that things that when you see it, you know, it's inside of us, and a lot of it's good. And just to thank God, man, that we had somebody like that, because I see a lot of people who are rich and have everything, financially wise, but the love they didn't have, you know, that we had, you know, those important ingredients of morals they didn't have that we had, you know. So, man, I praise God, man, for my mama. I love you, Jeanette. I'm glad I always try to give you your flowers, you know, while you were still here. Just keep trying to make you proud of who we are. Be proud of who we are. I mean, God gave you that, and we gonna carry it. Love y'all, man. Love Mom. Rest in peace. Walk with the King. Legacy means something.